Hello everyone, Touhoua here. Super Mario Bros. All-Stars were one of the very first games I played when I was younger. I started playing the Game Boy version, and well, I've noticed a lot of changes. A lot of it to make the game easier. Let's take a look at them together. The very first change is surprisingly just right here. This Venus fire trap you encounter in the Super Nintendo version was changed into a piranha plant. Alright, so in this video, there may just be gameplay, but when there are upcoming changes, I'll let you know what they are. Normally there was only one question block in the Super Nintendo, but in the GBA version, there are now 2 blocks. Then this base on the right, the pyramid you can see used to be built with 1 heart block each, but now is 2 instead, and the death space in between decreased from 3 to 2 spaces. Alright, this section, when you hit the P switch, the queens were once stationary with no 3D effect, but now, in the Game Boy Advance version, they turn. So then we fly up to the secret pipe. Once we enter, I'll alternate between the 2 sounds. So the Super Nintendo version, it plays the underground theme. Then whenever you enter a secret pipe in the Game Boy Advance version, a new theme plays. Then when you leave the secret area, you're then ported out to the section where the P switch and Red Koopa was at. These 2 pipes were a lot closer at the Super Nintendo, but was increased by 2 blocks in the Game Boy Advance version, made to be a little bit easier to jump through, I'm assuming. In this next level, the first thing you can see is an additional block added in this beginning section. Maybe it was tough trying to hop onto just 1 block. There's a P-switch hidden underneath the first block. You activate that, climb these coin blocks, and swipe to kill the Venus fire plant, then jump on the right side of this pipe to find a hidden 1-up. In the Game Boy Advance version, if you jump on top of the hidden block, the screen will actually scroll up to find you. Enter this pipe and find yourself another secret room. In the Game Boy Advance version, they've added an additional 32 coins in this room, into which you have to fly to get. I'm uncertain why it was necessary to add them, but it does make getting 1-ups a lot easier. This next section, like in 1-1, they've replaced the Venus fire plant with a piranha plant. Stars are hidden in the third note block, and everything past this section are all unchanged. This next section doesn't have any new notable differences until we get towards the end of the stage. I will explain while we watch this gameplay as to what you can do at the end. In Super Mario Bros. 3, they introduce a varying amount of rectangular semi-solids, green, blue, orange, and white. Out of all of them, if you hold down on the white block, we can slip right through them and become part of the background, allowing us to go behind the black screen at the end. And in this particular level, we can find a secret toad to get us a wondrous item. It is very slight, but if you take a closer look at Toad's face, they added a smiley onto the Game Boy Advance version. Then, when you meet him again in the Toad house, you can see in the Super Nintendo version, he is 1 block away from the right wall, but in the Game Boy Advance version, he is touching the right wall. Not sure why that change was made, but he still turns to look at you if you run up and stand right where he is. This next level has the most changes I've seen thus far, and I can understand why. In the beginning, they changed the brick blocks from 4 to 5, then if you jump past these falling baguettes, you'll notice this changed as well, 5 bricks to 7. Then after platform from 3 more baguettes, you'll notice a huge change. It's like the script for these blocks to be reversed. The Game Boy Advance version now has 6 blocks to stand on versus 2, and just 3 on top with a hidden 1-up at the end. I jumped past some L-shaped brick blocks that were just made a little bit easier to get over on the Game Boy Advance version. There is a hidden mushroom or feather in this block and a hidden 1-up here. Then below this you can see a change of 2 blocks to 4. Just to the right of it, 3 to 4 blocks as well. Past those parts, we get to this area with 3 baguettes coming along, and to the right, you find that the 3 vertical bricks are moved up 1 block, and the bottom horizontal blocks now have 5 blocks, and are much closer to the vertical blocks. Now we reach the first game mechanic change. You cannot carry a shell if you threw a pipe in the Super Nintendo version, but now you could in the Game Boy Advance version. I never even knew that. Now to the slots game. It's just me, or does anyone else think that the Super Nintendo version looks better here? So if you match 3 slots, they play this theme now. And then next, we enter our first fortress. First change you'll notice here is the first L-shaped platform you see is now 5 blocks wide. This next platform for the question block increased to 6 blocks instead of 5. We see that the ceiling with the Rotodisc enemy has been moved up and has a notable indent on there. If we jump across all these and dodge all these potaboos, we reach this section where there is more blocks on this ledge, like a cube now, and it's easier to approach. Then we enter our first mini boss, the Boom Boom. Normally you just get pulled into the fight and can no longer go back to the start of this arena, but in the Game Boy Advance version, a wall of heart blocks will now enclose you inside the arena, and when you beat him, you can now swipe the key warp with the game Mario, but there's really no reason to. Alright, this next level is a little odd for me. I remember there being a Buzzy Beetle on the right side of this pipe too, like how it is in the Game Boy Advance version, but there actually isn't. The strange part is, if you come back to this area, a beetle will spawn though. Is this some kind of Mandela effect? When we reach the end with all the pipes, you will notice that they've again changed the Venus Fire plant into a Piranha plant. And that is all the changes in this level. Alright, so here we go to another Sky level, 1-6. I've noticed that a lot of the levels that are changed the most are Sky levels, which I can understand since they are generally harder than your typical ground levels. We can see our first change here. Backup platform is 3 wide and now changed to 5 wide. Semi-silent on this platform is centered and the length of the baguette has increased. This green grassy platform was 7 blocks wide but increased to 8 blocks wide for the Game Boy Advance. They added one more hard block to the spot and moved the track 1 block lower. The final change of this level is coming right up. So we jump off this baguette to see they added one more additional hard block onto this platform. There we go, now we get to the final stage, the castle. It would be different this time as I'm going to let you figure out what the differences are, if any. And if you notice any changes, type it down in the comments below. With that being said, let's watch the Hammer Bros fight first and then let's enter the castle. Alright ladies and gents, it took me quite a while to make this video because I had to keep replaying the levels to find the most outstanding changes in both versions. So, if you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe. If I get about 500 views on this video, I'll make a video on all the changes in World 2 next. Anyways, thanks again and see you next time.